you know it's on. Lights so bright from dusk till dawn. Free kicks, goal scored, hear the crowd roar. Then hit that subscribe button, cause football at your door. Fast runs down the wing every single game. Highlights, reactions, you'll never walk alone. Welcome to the channel, the football back. Welcome to the channel, ain't no going back. Like, comment, subscribe, join the team today. We're chasing every victory all the way. Kickoff starts now, no time to delay. Let's go! The football back!
Welcome to the Football's Back, hosted by myself, Jason Warburton. Now on today's show, we're going to be discussing the latest transfer news and rumours. Now, according to Sky Sports News, big up Sky Sports, you know, that's where I'm getting my sources from. It says here, Anderson's £116 million move to City is confirmed. So let's go into this story now and see what it says. It says Manchester City transfer news and rumours. Okay, cool. Now it says Anderson, I've always wanted to play like De Bruyne. New Manchester City signing Elliot Anderson has shared his admirations for Kevin De Bruyne as he looks to follow in the Belgian's footsteps. After his £116 million move from Nottingham Forest, the England international opted for a move to the Etihad despite other Premier League interest, including from Manchester United, and Anderson labelled City as the Kings of Manchester. He's having a wind-up. He's definitely having a wind-up, this Anderson guy still. Is that how much he don't like Manchester United? That's mad still. Yeah? So he's labelled Manchester City the Kings of Manchester for as long as he has been watching them. That's what he said out of his own mouth. They're the Kings of Manchester for as long as he's been watching them. He's definitely having a pop, mate. All right, it says here, a crucial cog in that period of City's dominance was De Bruyne. That's very true. He is. And I got a shout out Aguero as well, you know what I'm saying? But De Bruyne is the main guy in it, you know? So it says here, a crucial cog in that period of City's dominance was De Bruyne, who won 6 Premier League titles and a Champions League during his time at the club. You know, so that shows. And he played a pivotal part in all of that. Do you know what I mean? It also says he's also second in all-time Premier League assists with 119. 119 assists. That's crazy, man. And Anderson admitted he has tried to mould his game around him. Okay. So this guy Anderson thinks a lot of Kevin De Bruyne, boy, and this is why City have opted to buy him as well, because obviously his passion for Kevin De Bruyne and the club. He's a City fan, isn't it? It's just as simple as that. That's what I'm getting from this. Do you know what I mean? Although he played for Nottingham Forest, he's a City fan. You know, and that's how it is with some players that play for like lower league teams in the Premier League or even in the Championship. You know, they're going to have a top 6 team that they idolise, that they grew up watching. Do you know what I mean? So it looks like it's City for this Anderson kid, you know. It also says here, I think Kevin De Bruyne is someone who I've hugely looked up to over the past 7 or 8 years, Anderson said in his first interview with the club. I've also wanted to play like him. I've watched him all the time, and to be sat here in the team that he was doing it for is so special. Okay, so I've watched him play. I've wanted to play like him. I've watched him all the time, and to be sat here in the team that he was doing it for is so special, right? You know, sorry, I might have to read that just again just to get it clear. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, Anderson, it says here, Anderson takes cheeky dig at Manchester United in first City interview. And it's got the video, but I'm not going to obviously play that. You know what I mean? copyright issues and whatnot. But yeah, wow. Yeah, this guy's clearly having a pop. So yeah, we'll leave it there with Anderson. So we know that he's moved from Nottingham Forest for £116 million to now confirmed that he's moved to the Etihad, Manchester City. All right. So it also says here underneath that story, it says Villa sign Garnacho. Okay, we'll have a look at that. Garnacho's not my favourite player at all, but, we'll have a look because I want to try and do this in sequence. So it says Garnacho transfer news, okay. It says Aston Villa have confirmed the signing of, I'm not going to butcher his first name, so we just say Garnacho on loan, okay. The deal includes a conditional obligation to buy, which is easily achievable. The Argentinian international winger joined Chelsea last summer from Manchester United for 40 million. Now, for me, he's gone from Manchester United, this Garnacho kid. Yeah, he's gone from being a wonder kid. And man, just let's do his little blueprint quickly. He's gone from being a wonder kid at Manchester United. He's come out of the youth side. He's come up into the first team. Everyone's screaming Garnacho, because he's doing bits in the youth side. Do you know what I mean? And he's a kid with potential at this time. He's only probably 18, 17, 18, 19. Do you know what I mean? When he's doing all of this and he's getting discovered at Manchester United. So they bring him up to the first team. In his first season, he done pretty well. Do you know what I mean? I think if I'm not mistaken, Ollie brought him up. Solskjaer, and he's done pretty well in his first season. Probably bagged about 7 goals, something like that. Probably between 7 and 10 goals, maybe, in all comps or whatever. He's done well, so they decide to keep him in the team. Now they keep him in the team, and for maybe 2-3 seasons after that, and it's up and down. It's very inconsistent. Do you know what I mean? They can't find his consistency level, and I think that is his problem to today, to be quite honest. And, I think he's always had potential, Garnacho, but he's just, I don't know, man. It's just something about him that, he just can't seem to reach his full potential, if that makes sense. He's got the potential to be one of the best, but he can't reach it. It's a similar story, but I'd say similar story to João Felix. Do you know what I mean? He played for, was it Atletico Madrid? Yeah. Similar story to him. Do you know what I mean? Full of potential, bags of potential, but you just can't find your feet, can't get your feet under the table maybe at one club where you'll be loved and appreciated for the player that, we see the potential in. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a sad story with Garnacho, to be quite honest, because there is a player in there, but he just can't live up to the mark, unfortunately. And so he's gone from not being able to live up to the mark at Manchester United, this wonder kid that's kind of pittering away, and then he's ended up at Chelsea for 40 million, as this article states. Yeah. Didn't do anything at Chelsea. Let's be real. Do you know what I mean? He didn't light up the stars or anything at Chelsea, to be quite honest. So now Chelsea want to move him, and it was only like when last season they bought. It's terrible. So now he's done nothing at Chelsea, and they want to move him on to Aston Villa, which is now happening on loan. And it's with the potential to buy. Basically, if they like him, they have to buy him, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So Chelsea don't want him back, basically. Do you know what I mean? And I think that was a part of the loan deal where they kind of have to buy him if he does well and whatnot or whatever. I can't bother to go back and read exactly what was in the loan deal, but it's pretty much along those lines. So it says here, anyway, Aston Villa have announced the signing of Garnacho from Chelsea on a season-long loan. Right, Sky Sports News understand the deal includes a conditional obligation to buy. Right, so it's come back around again, So it's an obligation that they have to buy him, right? probably at the end of the season. Probably regardless, you know, how he does, you know. This is what it sounds like to me still. Do you know what I mean? Because we're going to loan him to you, innit? So on the conditions that you buy him at the end of the season. We'll talk. Because you can't afford to buy him now. So we'll loan him to you. They have to buy him at the end of the season, though. But we don't want him back. Sounds like that to me. So, right. It says Sky Sports News understand the deal includes a conditional obligation to buy, which is considered to be easily achievable. Right, the total package, including the loan fee, is understood to meet Chelsea's valuation. Sky Sports News has been reporting Chelsea wanted 42.6 million for the winger. Okay. So a little bit more than 40 million. Yeah. So, It says Garnacho joined Chelsea last summer. Only last summer, you know, mad. And already this is crazy, where Garnacho joined Chelsea last summer from Manchester United for 40 million and now departs on loan less than 12 months after arriving. This is what I'm trying to get my head around. Baffling. So anyway, Manchester United could be due around 260k if Garnacho joins Villa permanently after they inserted a 10% sell-on clause in their deal with Chelsea. Yes, the reason why they done that is because they didn't want to really sell him. Remember, that's their star boy, you know, the guy that's full of potential. They may be their next Ronaldo. Do you know what I mean? Because you have to remember he's a South American, innit? So they're thinking, okay, Argentinian, boom, 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 you know what I mean? Like, you know, so, and then they had to sell him and it all went wrong and everything they thought was going to happen didn't happen. Vex when they had to sell him. So obviously it was all about putting a thingy bob in there where they can get back some money on the sales. You know what I mean? It's crazy, right? Sell-on clause is what they say to get it right. Mental. Anyway, the Argentinian international winger had not reported for pre-season training at Chelsea in order to allow him to pursue a move away. Right? Yeah. Calm. Yeah, because if you don't turn up, problem child. You get the move. Yeah. I hear it, man. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on for Garnacho's deal at the moment. You know. So yeah, let me see what else this is saying now. So boom now. Okay, is that Toulouse joins Arsenal? Zulus. Oh boy, I must even know. I wasn't saying that name there still. But it says Arsenal transfer news. Christos. I'm not gonna say his second name because I don't want to butcher it. So but it says Christos signs in 34 million deal from Club Bruges as replacement for Lindro Trossard. Or Lindro Trossard. Alright. Arsenal have completed the signing of Christos Rete from Club Bruges. The Greek winger joins for a 34 million fee, which is a Belgian Pro League record. Okay, right. So it says Christos has been signed as a replacement for Trossard, who departed for Besiktas or whatever. Besiktas. I know the team is what do you call it there? The Greek team, innit? Besiktas. I remember they beat us in the Champions League, you know. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can't quite pronounce the name, but yeah, I know the team, obviously. You know, I'm not sure. They're not even Greek. You know, I was thinking about for a minute. I don't know why, you know, Olympiacos for a minute, you know. Yeah, but I think these boys are German, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, they departs for their team for 17 million, right? Which is a fair deal because he's a bit part player at Arsenal. Let's be real, bench food. You know what I mean? So yeah, that makes sense still. All right, it says here, Arsenal have announced the signing of the winger, right, which I've just said, Christos, from Club Brugge on a 5-year deal. Okay. It So they're serious about this guy. To sign him up for 5 years, it must have been someone that Arteta was following for a while, and the club scouts and whatnot, So anyway, it says the fee is understood to be 34 million, which is a record for the Belgian. So they're still repeating the same thing. It says a record for the Belgian Pro League. Right, it says here the 24-year-old, formerly of Norwich City, scored 17 goals and provided 23 assists in 36 league appearances last season. That is very good, Although, don't get me wrong, that's good numbers, man. I can see why now some bigger heads would be looking at him, looking down and saying, right, you know what, he might be someone worth bringing in. Maybe he's too good for that league. Do you know what I mean? And that's how it's looking to me, to be honest, So yeah, Arsenal's made that signing. Right. So let's go back 1 minute. Let's see what else we can find. So it says here, right. Okay, it says, as Stones and Kwanzaa emerge as targets. So, right, so I think Arsenal could be looking at Stones and Kwanzaa from what it's saying here on the Sky Sports news page. Big up Sky Sports once again. You know what I mean? That's where we're getting our information from today. Now, it says, Arsenal transfer news. Gunners interested in John Stones and Kwanzaa. Okay. Right, after William Saliba injury blow. Okay, so William Saliba's injured as well. That's a big blow. Massive, massive blow. So I could see like they want 2 centre-backs because of this. You think they're mucking around? They want John Stones, obviously, as backup because he's in his twilight years. And then they want Kwanzaa as like a main replacement, I'm guessing. So not bad, not bad. If they manage to pull these 2 deals off, that would be very, very good for them. And their squad, like strengthens the squad and mentally, I'm not going to lie. So anyway, it says here, Arsenal hope to recruit a centre-back this summer. William Saliba is facing an extended spell out due to a back injury. Okay, so he must have injured his back in the World Cup, innit? Yeah, he did. I remember in the last game the French played, innit, before the England game. Yeah, he was sitting on the floor, innit? That's right. So anyway, right, so yeah, due to back injury. Gunners are interested in John Stones and Israel Kwanzaa, but there is a significant gap in valuation with Aston Villa on Kwanzaa. Okay. So significant gap. So I'm thinking that means Arsenal are trying to give them less than what they want. And they're saying that there's a significant gap there that needs to be filled by Arsenal, because this is something that Arsenal do a lot. They just done it with Rodgers the other day. Do you know what I mean? Let's say who did Rodgers play for? He plays for Villa, right? So let's say Villa wanted 100 million, let's say. And Arsenal come now and say, boom, we're going to give you 80 or something, you know what I mean? Like, or I don't know, like it's crazy. Or 90 or something. Just give them the money they want, man. If you really want the player, I don't see what the issue is with just giving them the money that they want, to be quite honest. But yeah, Arsenal always do this stuff, man. So anyway, it says, Arsenal hold interest in John Stones and Ezra Kwanzaa as they look to sign a centre-back this summer following news of an extended period on the sideline for William Saliba. Saliba has avoided the need for surgery after injuring his back during France World Cup semi-final defeat to Spain. But the 25-year-old faces a lengthy period of rehabilitation. Okay, so that's good news then. So he hasn't had to have surgery for this injury on his back, which is very good news. Do you know what I mean? It's not nice when any player has to have surgery. Do you know what I mean? We'll just put that out there. But he's going to be facing a lengthy time out, rehabilitating, getting back right, you know, doing certain exercises and certain drills to get his leg back strong again. So, yeah, that's going to take some time, basically. So I think lengthy period, probably we ain't going to be seeing him till maybe even January and them ones where maybe like the back end of the season and that. So that's a big blow for Arsenal, man. Remember, that's their key man, you know. That's like Van Dijk. That's like the season Van Dijk got injured when that fucking guy, man, the Everton guy, Pickford, injured him. You know what I mean? And then he was out for the whole season. We suffered, boy. Remember, I told you, if Arsenal don't get no cover, they're in trouble, boy. That's all I'm saying. Right, it says here, Stones is available as a free agent, having reached the end of his contract at Manchester City last month. Okay, so I can see them getting Stones. That's dead cert. But he ain't going to be enough. He won't. You know what I mean? He's not cover for Saliba. He's like bench food, isn't it? You get what I'm saying? Someone we can draw for the back end of the game when we want to tighten things up. You see how England was doing it with him? That's the same way Arsenal's going to be looking to do it. Do you know what I mean? Which you'd be more than happy with. Like I was saying, he's at the end of his career now. So even for him to get a move to Arsenal, that's a big thing for him, being at the end of his career. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. So anyway, it says here now, the 32-year-old worked with Mikel Arteta during the Arsenal manager's time as assistant to Pep Guardiola at City. And I said that in my mind just now as well, that it's probably because him and Arteta know each other, innit, from City days and stuff. So yeah, okay. So it says William Saliba out for extended period, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a show where I mention all the players that are injured. Right now, on today's one, I'm just talking about signings. Do you know what I mean? And if there's a little bit of injury news in it, then yeah, I'll read it as well. But I'm not really focusing on injuries as such. So, you know, there's a couple more that I'm going to maybe go through and then I'm going to call it a day until such time. But yeah, so that's the Kwanzaa and Stone story to Arsenal. So now we have Kone and Saliba. Yeah, among Manchester United. So that means, amid Manchester United. So that means that basically Manchester United are keeping an eye on these two players. So it says here, Manchester United transfer news. Manu Kone and Carlos Saliba strongly considered in search for third midfielder signing. So, okay, so the two of them are strongly considered, but maybe only one of them will end up getting signed. You know, that's the kind of frequency at Manchester United right now. You know, it's long gone the days where you see two players, you know what I mean? They're on two players and you think, right, they're going to get both of these guys now. I don't think that anymore. I think one of them will end up there. You know, so anyway, it says Roma's Manu Kone and Brighton's Carlos Saliba strongly considered by Manchester United in search for third midfielder signing. United have moved to revisit a deal for Saliba while tentatively exploring a deal for Kone, with sources in France believing Manchester United lead the race to sign the Frenchman. Okay, so they lead the race to sign Kone, basically. Right, Roma's Manu Kone and Brighton's Carlos Saliba are two options who are being strongly considered by Manchester United as their search for a third midfielder signing continues. Sky Sports News has previously reported United's long-term interest in Saliba, and despite his struggles for form last season, he remains of interest to Michael Carrick's side. Okay, And I do remember them going on about this Belieber guy a lot last season, but didn't quite manage to get him. So I think he could be someone. Out of the two of them, I can more see them getting Belieber because he's actually in the Premier League, and they've been interested in him from last season, which I remember hearing a lot of other football channels that support Manchester United going on about this player. So I see them getting him. The fact they're still watching him now and they're still preying it. That out of the two, Kone and Belieber, it looks like it's Belieber they want more. So anyway, it says here, it is understood the club have made movements in revisiting a potential deal for the 22-year-old this summer, but no official club-to-club contact has been made yet, and a compromise around the player's valuation would need to be found. Okay. So yeah, they haven't made. So it looks like the Manchester United man, they want this player, but not for the price that Brighton are trying to sell him at, whatever price that is, as I haven't mentioned the price yet, because they haven't even spoke yet, like officially. Do you know what I mean? So it must just be a little bit of telephone calls here and there, maybe back and forth, agents talking, whatever. But the club's not really having a word with each other yet, club to club yet. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it looks like they're interested, but the price is probably making them not go full steam ahead, knocking on the club's door, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? But they want the player, though, because they've obviously been on this player. So you might as well say the last 2 seasons now, you know, if you count this season as well coming in. So, yeah. I can see them getting him as well. I can, out of the, look, it says here, have your say. It says, which midfielder should Manchester United sign? It says Manu Kone, Carlos Belieber, Alex Scott, or none of these. They should sign someone else. So let's have a look, because I'm going to say they're going to go for Carlos Belieber, because it's like a poll. So let's see. Okay, so no, it says Alex Scott. So it says, no, excuse me. It says Manu Kone right at the top, 40. Manu Kone is leading the race with 41%. Then it's Carlos Belieber on 18. Yeah, then it's Alex Scott. Well, Alex Scott is in second place. So it's Manu Kone, 41%. Alex Scott, 28%. Carlos Belieber, 18%. And then none of these, they should sign someone else on 13%. So it really looks like they want Manu Kone. It looks like everyone's saying that they should go for Manu Kone, right? Because this is an opinion poll, so it looks like all the Manchester United fans have opting for Manu Kone. Yeah, not bad. All right, so the last story that I'm going to read is Chelsea. Right, so Chelsea close to Leauge deal. Whoa, right, God. I apologise for my reading on some of these names, man. Terrible. Do you know what I mean? I'm actually terrible with the foreign names and stuff, you know, pronunciation and stuff for some of the names, man. Gets me all the time. But it says here, Chelsea transfer news, rumours and gossip, right, cool. It says, okay, it says here, deal for Leauge. Okay, right. I don't know his name. I'm going to try and butcher his name at all. Right, but deal for, this is basically a French centre-back that Chelsea are going for. I don't know if you remember when Saliba was injured, there was obviously another centre-back that came in for Saliba, who plays in the Premier League. And his name, I'll spell his name out for you. It's Lacroix. Yeah. So it says here, latest from Sky Sports News. Okay, right. It says Chelsea are close to agreeing a deal for Crystal Palace. Right, that's the team he plays for. Crystal, that he's recently playing for. Crystal Palace to sign Maxius. I'm not, like I said, not what's his second name, but his first name is Maxius or something. All right, it says here, the two clubs have been in talks over a permanent transfer for the French international. So this is Crystal Palace and Chelsea. Excuse me, have recently been in talks over a transfer for the French international. Sky Sports News understands Palace are seeking more than 55 million. Tottenham paid for Jan-Paul Van Heck. So, right, okay. So it's more than what Tottenham paid for Jan-Paul Van Heck. Brighton to sanction, to sanction the French defender's sale. Right, okay, right. So it looks like they bought the French guy from Brighton. Yeah, it's a Dutch international. Because once you're international, obviously, we know that your money goes up just off the back of that, playing for your country. Do you know what I mean? Your money's kind of a little bit more than the average player who doesn't play for their country, obviously. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. It also says Palace and Chelsea enjoy good relations at the highest levels, and they have done deals for players such as Trevor Chalobah and Ben Chilwell. Okay, yeah. I remember when they done the Ben Chilwell deal and the Chalobah deal as well. As it goes, I can't remember if that was a double signing or not. Anyway, it says Chelsea want to sign a centre-back, and ideally any new arrival would be physically imposing and bring Premier League experience. Chelsea have raised around 130 million from sales in this window, and more players are set to leave. I can believe that as well, you know, because actually I'm going to end it there, do you know what I mean, on this guy's transfer. Yeah, but as we can see now, Chelsea are looking for a centre-back, you know, and they want Crystal Palace's French international centre-back. Okay, so yeah, it looks like that's all your transfer news for this evening, for tonight. You know, and yeah, look out for more transfer news coming from me soon. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, this is The Football's Back, and it's hosted by myself, Jason Warburton. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Do you know what I mean? And you know, I'm sorry if I butchered some of my reading. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit of nervousness as well, I suppose, because the first time this is the first show on my football channel. Do you know what I mean? It's something I've always wanted to do, but maybe didn't know how to go about it. And, you know, now I'm doing it. I suppose I'm a little bit nervous as well. You know, so it's not all a bad education. Some of it is nerves as well. You know, so hopefully the nerves settle down and calm down a bit the more I do it. That's what I'm hoping for, you know. But yeah, like I said, man, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. You know, this is The Football's Back, you know, because it is back. And, you know, we're loving it. Can't wait for the Premier League to actually start. All the new signings to arrive through doors. And, you know, a ball to be kicked. Can't wait, man. Can't wait. But till next time, guys, take care. God bless. Peace.
Yeah, you know it's on. Lights so bright from dusk till dawn. Free kicks, goals scored, hear the crowd roar. Then hit that subscribe button, cause football at your door. Fast runs down the wing every single game.